messy hair, no makeup. Had a pretty rough 24 hours emotionally where my body went into this freeze state. I think a couple of years ago, if this happened, I would have ruined all the momentum that I've gained. I would be in bed self-sabotaging for like weeks at a time, and I wouldn't be able to function. In those 24 hours, I was still able to do some things that I needed to do. That's a win for me. I think sensuality has everything to do with it, and I'll explain. First of all, let's start off with some definitions, okay? Told you definitions, Grwm. The difference between self-esteem and self-confidence. The definition of self-esteem is your ability to appreciate yourself, your worth, and your value. Confidence is your trust in your abilities and capabilities and judgment. Now, sensuality. Sensuality to me is just awakening all of your senses and feeling at home within yourself no matter where you are. This can be applicable to anyone, not just women. Sensuality encourages you to accept yourself, and it encourages you to deepen your connection with your body, with your emotions, and your presence. So it really isn't what people confuse it with, which is sometimes sexuality or feeling sexy and all that stuff. That's like a branch of it. Sensuality is really just about connecting to yourself. That's it. So to give you a little bit of a backstory, my self-esteem was very low when I was growing up. Even now, there are some parts of my life that I feel more confident in than others. And I just think self-esteem is a lifelong journey. So I'm still building that. I'm still pretty young. The factors that affected my self-esteem were my upbringing, my relationship with my parents, things I experienced in the world, my friendships, school, bullying, sports, education, all the things that we experience in life impact us naturally, right? Growing up, I grew up in a very strict household and I kind of had to fight for everything. Yes, you guessed it. I am the eldest daughter. Moment of silence for the eldest daughter of a brown household. Yep. I had to learn how to speak up for myself. I had to learn how to defend myself. And when you're a child having to do that, you start to develop these narratives that no one cares about you, no one loves you, no one sees you, you're invisible. The list goes on. And then you add bullying to the list, because I got bullied growing up. I was bullied up until like maybe grade 10. Either I was bullied for being too smart or I had a unibrow. I would get bullied for being hairy. I would get bullied for being a little chunky. I would just get isolated. I don't know why, but I just thought I suck and I deserve it. So I just made that my internal dialogue. When things at home weren't so great and things at school weren't so great, that doesn't leave you much room to develop a great self-esteem. Then I had some nice friends in university and maybe even high school as well. High school is such a blur, but it always felt difficult to exist around people because I was so shafted in my life. When I was a child, I grew up and I shafted myself before someone else could shaft me. So I developed this defense mechanism. I always felt like I was too emotional for everyone, even the people that I was friends with. And it was tough. Ooh, the pain in my high-pitched voice. It was really tough. Then I found myself in a not so fun relationship. Not fun at all. And I think in that relationship, my self-esteem broke even more because I started to believe that I was wrong and that I was crazy, and I lost my connection to myself. So all of these things paired with a couple of life situations that I'm not ready to share yet, it made me feel like I don't belong in the world, and I definitely don't belong to myself, and that I'm just worthless. It's pretty sad. But now looking back, I realized all those things, this person's breaks are loud. They were all kind of happening to teach me something, and when you're in the thick, bruh. Okay. God. When you're in the thick of it, it can feel like the world is against you. That's how I felt too when I was at that age. And I can't glorify the pain and the trauma, but I do see how all those things pushed me to kind of fight for myself and speak up for myself and look for answers and truth, which has led me to finding my connection to myself and sensuality and God, and finding forgiveness and finding compassion for myself and for others. So it all is kind of working out, and I'm not mad at it now. I forgot to put on sunscreen. Good job. But I thought I'd share some of these tips because I was like researching into how to boost your self-esteem, and a lot of it was just a lot of men talking about do the hard things and be so rigid with yourself and discipline and hustle and grind and don't sleep and all that stuff, and it exhausted me, and I actually ended up burning myself out and injuring myself. And then I found what sensuality actually meant, and it made me breathe better. So let's get into it. Let me share these tips. So reminder, sensuality sensuality is deepening your connection to yourself, your emotions, and your presence. Tip number 1, okay? Acceptance. What does that mean? You are the way you are right now. Let's take a deep breath. Come into your body for a second. This is who you are right now. You don't always have to like it. You don't always have to love it, but you have to appreciate it. Your body is carrying you through your days. Not everyone has that luxury, and your body is keeping you alive without you having to do any work. I think that's pretty incredible. It's completely okay to want to change yourself, but not from a place of hate. I've tried that. I've done that. It doesn't work. The insecurity does not go away. Accept yourself right now the way you are. Okay, also, the things you wish you could change about yourself are probably the things God gifted you with. I think I'm too sensitive, but maybe that's my gift. I think I talk a lot, but maybe that's my gift. So acceptance, making sure you accept yourself and you are coming into your body and allowing yourself to exist the way you are. Yeah. Number 2, change your inner dialogue. If you were to speak to a child the way you speak to yourself, do you think that child would flourish? I'm guessing the answer is no, because we're all really mean to ourselves. So if you don't expect that child to flourish, why are you speaking to yourself that way? You have an inner child inside of your body, inside your heart, that is waiting for you to nourish it, waiting for you to love it and accept it, okay? Change that inner dialogue. Stop beating yourself up. When you speak to yourself poorly, recognize how your body reacts to it, and then speak to yourself with kindness and compassion and see how your body feels. I promise you, your body will respond differently. When you speak to yourself from a loving place, your body is more receptive to what is being said and will become more capable of making change. Coming from a place of love, not hate. And it can be a lasting change versus something that you do, for a short amount of time and then you're right back into the old habits and patterns of thinking. So change your inner dialogue. Next we have gratitude. Gratitude changes everything. I want you to make a list of all of your blessings in the last month, okay? All of them, big and small. Sit there, look at the list, and literally feel in your body that feeling of gratitude and joy. Smile thinking about your blessings, the little moments. Smile thinking about your wins. Do a little dance to remind yourself what it feels like to enjoy a moment. Awaken those senses of pleasure and appreciation and gratitude. Feel the warmth coming into your entire body and your chest, and feel your heart glowing. This will remind you that despite how hard and tough life might be, there are things to be grateful for, and they could be so tiny, like a bird flew across the window and it made me smile. The person taking my Tim Hortons order was really nice. Sit in that feeling of gratitude and allow yourself to feel warm and fuzzy on the inside. Pleasure is a part of sensuality. This is about connecting to your emotions and your senses so you can get comfortable feeling joy and pleasure again. A lot of times we're addicted to feeling sadness, so we kind of have to rewire our body to get comfortable feeling joy. And if you feel resistance towards feeling good, explore that. And that's where the work will start. All of this so far, it's teaching me to value myself in a loving and kind manner, that I am worthy of being encouraged and nurtured into growth versus beaten down and criticized for it. And I am worthy of doing the things I'm capable of. And even if no one else has given that to me, I am giving myself these moments and these words of encouragement from that kind and loving place. That's what sensuality has done for me. It's given me time and space to exist the way I am, where I am, love myself here, hold space for myself here so that I can get to where I want to be. And knowing that whatever I want to do and whatever I want to be is inside of me. I am worthy of it. I have value in this world. My existence matters because I am here. Yeah? And that brings me to my next point, which is the mind and body connection. Building a mind-body connection allows you to take up space. It allows you to get familiar with the sensations happening inside of your body. This could be through lifting weights, yoga, stretching, dance, anything that focuses on breathing, meditation, right? Anything that brings you into a state of completely zoning in on your body and what your body is doing. It's a reminder that you're not invisible. You exist as a person, and there are things happening inside of you. Your body is trying to signal to you what's happening. It's trying to send you messages. And if you're not aware or in tune with what's happening, you'll miss the messages and end up not feeling good. And we deserve to feel good. Being in tune with your body can help you understand when you need rest, when you need to go harder, when you need clarity, when you need guidance, right? It helps you tap into your intuition, which is really important. That's another sensation of yours that you have to awaken if you're not already connected to it. So find ways to build that mind-body connection and understand what's happening inside of your body as you go about life. It's just an awareness thing. Tip number 5 is to go slow. I have always been in a rush. I'm always scatterbrained, always running to the next thing, the next project, the next accomplishment, the next hurdle, the next obstacle, the next thing on the to-do list. And it makes me feel like I'm never doing enough because I'm always moving on to the next thing and not appreciating what I've done so far, or giving myself to appreciate a beautiful moment like being with loved ones or enjoying the food that's in front of me. So go slow, right? Drink your coffee slower, eat your food slower, speak slower, drive slower. Really become aware of everything around you. Right now there's snow falling. The trees are in front of me. I see some birds, I think, or a squirrel. I don't have my glasses. I feel calm because of the snow. I feel proud that despite my emotional hurdles, I'm filming this video. I think when you're moving from a place of like, I have to do this right now, you're kind of coming from this place of, I need to do more, I'm not doing enough. It's such a tough place to come from, you know? You're always gonna be running on this like hamster wheel. So just go slow. Enjoy your time with your loved ones. Enjoy your time in what you're doing. Take pleasure in being where you're at. And that kind of segues into my next point is you are not here to suffer. Let me open my hair and say that because I feel like it's a loud statement. You're not here to suffer. You are here to experience joy, pleasure, happiness, excitement, awe. You're here to experience all the emotions actually, but you are definitely here to experience pleasure. Suffering is not the main purpose of your existence. So you have to find forms of expression that bring out that pleasure. Like, I love soft fabrics. Anything that makes me feel like, ooh, I want to touch this. I wear it, I buy it, I touch it. Eat delicious food, drink delicious coffee. Explore a hobby that you wanted to explore when you were younger but never got the chance to. Just go slow. Take your time in life. Yeah, sensuality is about teaching yourself to be where your feet are. And when you go slow, you get to do that. When you're always rushing, your feet are always moving, like, but right here is the only moment that exists. You and whatever's around you. Enjoy it. You know? The very last thing that helped me with my self-esteem was spending time alone, okay? Learning how to be comfortable in my own skin no matter where I was, no matter who I was with, helped me so much. It made it easier for me to know who I was and who I wanted to be in rooms full of people. It made it easier for me to enjoy myself in a room full of people. It made me appreciate my little quirks. The things that I wanted to change about myself when I was younger, I'm starting to appreciate it now because I actually enjoy them. Because once I got alone and I got to reflect on these things and I tuned out the noise, I learned that I enjoy being super emotional. I enjoy being super compassionate, and I enjoy how I see the world. I enjoy how I live life and approach life, and maybe not everybody does. Spending time alone gave me the courage to be disliked. So yeah, go take a dance class alone, go on a solo trip, go to a cafe, go to the opera, go to the movies alone. I literally watched A Star is Born with Lady Gaga alone by myself with one lady on this side, another lady on this side, and I was bawling my eyes out in the theater. Okay, if I can do that, you can go watch a movie alone. Doing this has taught me that because I can do things alone, I don't need to wait on people when they're not available. This is making dating a little bit difficult though, but that's another story. But it's making it easier for me to live my life on my terms and not feel scared. you know? When I'm alone, I actually enjoy my own presence and I enjoy my own energy and I appreciate what I bring into this world. And that has taken a long time for me to cultivate that. These tips are not your usual tips because they are involving sensuality into it. I'll do a separate video of how I built my self-esteem in a more action-based manner. But sensuality really helped me reclaim my body, reclaim my energy, reclaim my worth, or discover my value. It helped me find what my energy feels like, what my presence feels like, and unlearn the way of living that I was kind of sculpted into. Sensuality is helping me unsculpt myself. It made me more lighthearted and joyful and fun and free-spirited. Doing all of this, honoring myself, my body, my presence, this has helped me value myself and appreciate myself in a non-material way. I didn't even talk about accomplishing things. This is just me existing, and you are existing. Therefore, you are worthy. Aw, that was cute. Okay, that's all. One love. I'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.